Good morning. It's such a pleasure every day to just come live and say good morning to you guys. I know we're becoming one big family even through digital. I'm peeling the peas, the matar that just is just given to us yesterday freshly from my neighbor's garden, and I'm just sitting here and peeling off these matar. It just brought down a lot of the memories of my childhood. I grew up around amazing grandparents, and then we grew up with fields of lima beans. We call it fasolia, white lima beans back home. And growing up, we just spent our entire summer with all the kids in the family and the neighborhood, and my grandmothers and everybody just gathered around tons of lima beans pods, and we're just peeling the lima beans. And for us kids, it was such an incredible time. I know my cousins and my sister and brother would relate that like amazing time growing up with amazing grandparents actually. And for me, peeling the pods of lima beans and having a big pile of it, and at the end of the day weighing all that in on the scale, it was such a pleasure, and achievement as a child. And among children, we used to just like compete who would peel more lima beans. And today I'm just doing the same exact thing with the peas, with those green peas. And then those memories have been surfacing back into my consciousness, and remembering my grandpa, my jiddo. I miss him so much. I miss his amazing strength and presence. And I know he passed on, and his incredible life and legacy stayed with us. And nowadays I've been growing my garden, and being there with the soil, with my bare hand at the end of the day, chapped from working the garden. I just remember him a lot. He's been coming a lot to guide me through this process. And I feel like even our ancestors are never gone. Their spirit is always with us. Their spirit is always assisting us, guiding us. And it's such a very, very pleasant presence to tap into. And oh my God, my grandma, my Tita, she was the queen of the house. And I know she had, left that legacy within us women in the family. She had always had that pride about us being women in that particular family. Growing up, I never understood it, but it's just such a powerful wisdom she passed on to us. And just a couple of days ago, my gardenia just bloomed just on that day, May 23rd. And I woke up with so much gratitude to her presence, because she passed on to the light on May 23rd, 3 years back. And she was the gardenia lady in the whole neighborhood. And we grew gardenia. We had this amazing gardenia tree, and the beautiful fragrant gardenias were distributed to all the people in the neighborhood, our teachers. Growing up around Tita, maybe at that time I didn't comprehend it well. I couldn't comprehend the strength that particular being has and her role in our life. I know my gardenia just bloomed for her, and she has never left my consciousness. Even she had passed and I was not there when she passed away. Even my other grandma to my mom's side, there she is, the white butterfly. The minute I said grandma, she just showed up. I keep telling you guys, our ancestors has never left us, will never leave our side. Our ancestors are there to guide, to just give us this powerful insights. I can't express my gratitude to have lived with my grandparents, to have learned from them a lot. You know, yesterday I was on a hike with a friend and I was foraging for beautiful herbs, and I was just telling my friend how exactly I'm feeling like I'm my grandma like these days. I've just picked up a lot of her traits, a lot of her wisdom, and doing ancestral healing has just brought so much closure to me and my relationship with myself, and understanding that my ancestor would never leave me just alone. We are held, beloved. We are held and supported. Just tap into that wisdom. That's true. Our grandparents and parents have just been through a lot. They passed on these traumas to us, but also they had passed on to us their wisdom. Their presence in our life was so crucial. And I was reading an article the other day how in some tribes in Africa, when the child is born, the parents immediately after a couple of months of nurturing, that child goes to live with the grandparents, because the new life and the old life, they are just happening simultaneously, and all of the wisdom that needs to pass on, it's passed on to the child in the first few years of their life. And feeling really blessed to have lived with incredible grandparents and amazing mother. I've lost my father very, very young age, and of course I may have been a little bit angry at life, but I'm now coming a full circle. I've realized how empowering it was for me to be exactly without a father, living with the grandparents. Oh my God, my Jiddo was such a powerful man with the most beautiful heart. And I know he'd work the field every single day. Even in the snow, he used to go and check on the plants and on the trees. And I remember I just once wanted to help him out, just bringing the tomato harvest back from the field back home. And I remember we had this very cute donkey, and Jide packed all the tomato baskets on the donkey, and I volunteered. I was just 12. I volunteered to just take them home. And funny enough, I landed up with the donkey and all of the tomato in a trench, and Jide was very upset and at the same time was laughing at my funny face, trying to apologize to the donkey. I've been so sensitive all my life. I didn't realize it till now. I realized how much I've learned from observing. Now when I go down in the garden and just picking up the weeds and checking on the plants, and I noticed that all of these are things that I've picked up from my grandfather. I picked up from my grandmother, just being a powerful woman. I picked up from her the pride of a queen. I picked up from her this the sense of responsibility towards my own growth. She's, I'm just feeling so blessed at these moments to remember them. And remembering, guys, remembering is such a healing experience. Just allow yourself that the blessings of remembering, whether painful memories or good memories. Just remember them, bring them into your consciousness with utmost compassion, and send them to the light. Send these memories, if they were pleasant, send them back into your consciousness, and allow them to be embodied into your life. Allow the unpleasant memories or the sad memories to be transmuted back into love. Allow yourself joy, beloved. Days are going so beautifully, even though we are quarantined, but our quarantine is so blessed here in the mountains. We got amazing forest around, and we got gardening, we got plants, we got a lot of animals happening to be there, a lot of birds, and just so much of abundance. And abundance to me these days had come in all the shades and forms. I've learned to embrace life as it is, and every day is unfolding so magically and beautifully. So thanks for these organic peas that came my way. That reminded me of the days when I used to just sit and peel lima beans with my grandparents, and brought all those beautiful memories to share with you today. No, no coincidences in life, guys. Just look at all the dots, connect those dots, and you're gonna find the beautiful, beautiful patterns in your life. We had the tendency to just look into the traumas and the pain, but no more suffering. This is what humanity is agreeing upon. I no longer agree to learn through my suffering. Suffering is just a learning. It's just a door to see the beauty within. I will leave you with these thoughts. Remember your parents, your grandparents, whether they are alive or have passed, and just be in that moment of gratitude to whatever they have encoded in your DNA. Allow this encodement to unfold and embody it. Allow this wisdom to be showered upon you. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm so blessed to be here with you and for you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time.